Hello everyone, it's Brandon here from the Pilot Stud channel. I hope you're all doing well. In today's Flight Sim video, I'm going through 5 add-ons you need to try out for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 that are going to make your experience a lot better. Of course, I speak about Flight Sim add-ons all the time, but this is actually my first video here on the new sim speaking about add-ons. So without further delay, let's get right into it. But before we do, if you haven't done already, do be sure to like this video and subscribe if you're new around here. Without any more talking, let's get right into it. Okay, so first up, let's talk about Dolly, my go-to replay tool for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. It's been updated and is fully compatible with 2024. Now, of course, we're treated to an inbuilt replay tool here in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, and while it does do a good enough job, I think Dolly is a bit better, seems to be quite a bit more stable, and of course has advanced functionality. You can do all the stuff you can do with the default replay tool, such as being able to record and watch back your flights, but here on Dolly you can do a little bit more, such as being able to replay it back at various speeds, fly in formation with recorded aircraft, teleport to different locations across the world, and I have to say Dolly just seems to be a lot more optimised. The best feature, to be honest, is how it is all set up. You can go back to previous recordings through the logbook. This is a lifesaver when you fly often at various times of the day, and if you look on my old Dolly, you'd see hundreds of recordings across 2024, 2023 and probably 2022. Since then I've restarted, so I've only got a few recordings on it now, as you can see, but as a content creator it really is a must-have bit of kit. It's just nice to be able to watch back your landings. It's all very stable. I very rarely have any crashes from it. In fact, I don't think I've had any here on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So yes, Dolly is my go-to replay tool for the new sim. It works just as well as it did with 2020. Now moving on to no handlebar. This does exactly what it says on the tin. It removes that pesky little handlebar you see at the top of your screen whenever you move your mouse. I don't need to talk about it for much more because it does exactly what it says on the tin, but there's nothing more infuriating than going to take a screenshot of the sim looking incredible, as it often does, and seeing that bloody annoying handlebar at the top. It's a really easy application. It's just a drag and drop into your community file, so no more words needed. Now, Toolbar Pushback has finally been updated to work with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This was an add-on that many would have used on 2020. It gives you full control over ground services, over the pushback tug, and the best feature is the pre-planning of pushback. It brings up a little interactive map that allows you to place where you want your aircraft to be taken to by the pushback tug, and it works exceptionally well, and the new functionality on 2024 is much appreciated, especially when the nearest alternative is Ground Services X, which is of course paid, and I find a pain in the backside most of the time. Now, there is a payware version of Toolbar Pushback which has some more advanced functionality. To be honest, the freeware one does a good enough job. The main feature, the main selling point to me is the pre-planning, and luckily you do get that in the free version, so that's good enough for me. Now, an interesting new add-on, not that it's really going to change your life, but it's actually the fact you can change your startup video. I find more often than not the startup video when I'm loading up Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 is a bit laggy. It's a bit stuttery, and frankly it's a bit annoying. Well, with the link below you can go ahead and download a rather calming new startup video, drop it into this location, and as you can see on your screen, it replaces the stuttery mess with something a bit smooth. I presume you could also really go ahead and make your own startup videos, but it looks like on flightsim.to there's some pretty good options, including one with a timer, which is what I use. It's not going to change your life, it's probably not going to change your simming experience, but it's a level of customization that I wasn't aware of, so I thought I would share it with you. And finally, many airports and add-on aircraft work with 2024 as they did with 2020, so I could sit here and talk about all of them on their own for probably hours on end, and maybe I will end up doing that. But in the meantime, I'd recommend you install Microsoft Flight Sim Add-on Manager. It worked for 2020, and it's now been fixed up to work for 2024. This gives you advanced control over all your add-ons installed in the sim, being able to turn them on and off with a flick of a button, as opposed to going into your community folder and deleting them or moving them about. It works just as well as it did with the previous sim, and that's why I recommend it, especially if you're like me and you use Ground Services X, which is infuriating most of the time. It's very nice to be able to load up the add-on manager and just tick a box or untick a box to turn it off. All it does really at the end of the day is links up standalone libraries to the community file, but with that you get advanced control that makes life much easier when it comes to installing and uninstalling add-ons. Make sure you pay close attention to what folders you have linked up when going from 2020 to 2024. I use it for both sims, so I'm very cautious about what folder I'm using, because of course I don't want to be loading up my 2020 add-ons in 2024 and vice versa. On that note, that's all we have time for today. I know it's been a quick little video, but I hope you can walk away with a bit of an insight into the current state of the Flight Sim 2024 add-on world. These are all add-ons that are going to make your life a little bit easier. I hope you like them. Of course, most of us will have seen them on 2020, but if you're new to the sim, it's pretty good going. On that note, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Do be sure to like, comment and subscribe if you did. I'll see you all very soon, and bye bye.